nice now that you're recording?
No, I'm going to be worse now that the camera's on.
Evidence.
Okay. All right. We are here to talk about Robin Hood.
I'm here under protest.
No, yeah, you might be here under protest.
I'm being forced to do this.
No.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Lionsgate sent this over for review. It comes out next week, the 17th? I wrote it down. Hold on.
Well, that'd be the
It says here, 19th. It comes out the 19th.
Tuesday the 19th.
Robin Hood. Yes. Now, he is here, yes, under protest, but I wanted a male point of view for Robin Hood. Because normally this wouldn't really be my cup of tea. Robin Hood. Like, I saw the 1992 Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. You remember that one?
I do.
I like that one.
It was certainly better.
Oh my God. It was Citizen Kane better than this one. But
That's above my head.
I may have seen the cartoon, the Disney one when I was little.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think I've seen any other Robin Hoods. Have you?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Just the Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
And the Kevin Costner one.
So I'm like, okay, sit down and watch this with me. Let me get your opinion on it. Now, we knew going into it, and I keep an open mind going into a movie. I'm not one of those where it's like, oh, well, so-and-so said it was bad, or some tomato said it was bad. I'm not going to go see it, or I'm going to have this opinion on it. I like to go in and watch it, have an open mind. That's what I had going into Robin Hood. Oh, wow. This was one of the most bizarre movies I think I've seen in a while.
I think that's being generous.
Like, bizarre mainstream movie.
It was just bad.
Okay.
It failed my... It within the first 3 minutes, it failed my watch test.
You gave it 3 minutes?
I was miserable out the gate.
Okay. All right, you guys listen.
Out the gate.
All right. This is not an exaggeration.
No.
Maybe 5 minutes into the film, maybe we're introduced to Robyn. We know that he's rich, and
He's a lord, Robyn of Locksley.
Okay, I'm just saying. We know he's rich. We know he's got a mansion, or what's it called?
A manor.
Manor. He's got a manor.
He has an estate.
Right. Marion tries to steal a horse. They fall in love. That's in the first, 4 minutes. Then he gets a notice from the sheriff of Nottingham. He's going to war. He's been drafted. 5 minutes... Oh, there's the cat. 5 minutes into the film, squirrel. Purple. We have a full-on war scene. We don't know who the war is with. We don't know what's going on.
I did guess correctly.
No. Yeah, I mean, you can guess that it's a holy war, right?
Yeah.
It's a religious war. But this movie has to be geared towards a younger crowd, right?
I
don't know who this movie's geared towards.
I don't know who it's geared towards.
We don't know. All I know is we are right into a war. We have no idea what's going on, who the war is against. We don't really know who this Robyn character is. Remember, aim towards a younger crowd. You have no idea what the fuck is going on, but we're in this one.
Hey.
Oh, I don't care. I'm cursing in this one.
Language.
I'm cursing in this one.
All I know is Jamie Foxx, I hope he got paid.
Okay, but hold on. They've got automatic arrow weaponizer things.
Oh yeah, the Muslims do.
Only arrows.
Bolts. They were like steel. They were breaking through concrete.
I'm looking at you. I'm going, what's going on? What are we doing? Who am I rooting for?
It was a holy war.
So 4 years has gone by. He comes back. The town, Nottingham, has been told that Robyn's been killed. Now, at this point, I'm checked out. I don't care about this movie at all. You're done with it. You're about to leave.
I've been done with it, but I'm hanging out of some loyalty to you and some belief that it's so bad that it can only get better.
I guess.
And no, that's
But
really.
that's it.
It was so bad. I was like, it can only get better.
That's kind of what I hoped. It's like, okay, maybe it's just going to start out rough and then it's going to turn out okay. Like, we're going to ease into it because it is 1 hour and 56 fucking minutes.
And I
It's almost 2 hours.
I don't know. I checked out like at the 20-minute mark. Like, left.
I don't know. So then he gets back into town. He finds out that Marion has moved on to some other guy who is apparently well respected in the Nottingham community. We don't know who he is. I don't even know if they say who his name is. Somehow we're supposed to care about this guy.
Well, did you establish that she's moved on because 2 years earlier they announced that he was dead?
Yes, they announced that he was dead in the town, so everyone thinks he's dead. The one character that we're introduced to Jamie Foxx while he's at the war. Whatever. This whole movie is a whole stretch of whatever. Honestly,
and a lot of really tedious, repetitive action. The arrows, man.
Oh,
the arrows.
Oh my god, yes. I think it also seemed like that because we just were so not invested into what was going on at all.
There was no story. And I'm not sophisticated enough, like such as you, to break this down and take notes and all those things. From a simple man perspective, there was no story. They relied on the special effects of the arrows. A lot of arrows. A lot of arrows. A lot of, when all else fails.
Arrows.
10 in a row. I'm gonna go get lunch.
Okay, so he gets back into town. Jamie Foxx's character is there. He wants some retribution for some shit that's gone on.
He wants revenge.
He wants revenge
for his son being killed, for them going over to his land and raiding it and doing the holy war on him.
That's kind of a spoiler, but really you can't spoil this movie because it's a whole string of who gives a fuck.
Cut that out.
No, I'm leaving it in.
Edit it out.
No, I'm leaving it in.
He stows away on the ship back to England to hook up with Robyn.
No, that's not true. I don't think that's true. I think he just wanted revenge.
Yeah, but he sought out Robyn immediately.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he just kind of randomly hooked up with him.
No, he liked Robyn because Robyn tried to save his son.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I didn't save your son, but he's like, but you tried.
Yeah.
That's that's as much story as you got. That's the highlight of the story.
I guess.
If I had to pick out a piece.
Now, the bad guy in this movie...
It's always a bad guy.
Yeah, I think maybe Ben Mendelsohn needs to maybe slightly steer away from bad guy roles.
He's a talented actor.
No, he's really good. I like him a lot. But when you've got, like, him as an asshole in Bloodline, him as a bad guy in Rogue One, him as a bad guy in Ready Player One...
Oh,
now
right.
Him as a bad guy in this.
And I'm sure we're missing something.
I don't know. Maybe kind of a good guy. He needs to be.
He plays the good bad guy. He's been. Now you just see his face, you automatically think bad guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's got to be a bad guy in this. Yeah. Okay, wait. I know I'm all over the place in this.
I can check out now.
No, you got to stay. Now,
you lied to me.
Things, I know I did lie to you.
You lied to me like the movie lied to me.
Yes. They tried to go for like almost a contemporary look in the film.
Yeah.
Like all of Nottingham is in shambles, right?
Yeah.
Poor because the sheriff is taxing a war tax, so he's taking all the gold and all the riches. So the whole town's poor. But for our main characters, Marion looks like she came from she's going to a nightclub.
You had a hard time with her.
No, I had a hard time with the main characters because they always looked pretty. So Marion is wearing like these booby shirts and like very beautiful clothes. It really looked like she was going to some hoochie mama club.
And that wasn't enough to save the movie.
Apparently.
They would have had to go topless.
Yeah, would that have helped?
Yes, it would have helped.
So if all the women were topless, that would have helped.
I would have watched.
All right. That was weird. There was a party scene for like all of the dignitaries. They come into town. It straight up looks like a scene from, or like if you had taken a snapshot in Studio 54 in like the 70s, that's what all of the clothes looked like.
I missed that altogether.
I'm like, what in the world is going on? Now, granted, the costumes were beautiful in those scenes. They were done really well. But put them in a Robin Hood movie in Robin Hood times.
They looked more like they belonged in Hunger Games.
Yes, it was like a combination. Thank you. It was like a combination of Hunger Games costumes and Studio 54 costumes in a Robin Hood movie. So on top of the bizarreness of what's going on in this movie, you've got these weird ass modern costumes. I don't know. The fight scenes, at that point I was so checked out. The fight scenes, they combine like the slow motion action. So like if someone's shooting an arrow and he's lunging, it would go slow motion, then real time.
The whole movie was in slow motion.
Slow motion in real time.
That hour 56 you quoted.
Right.
I saw like 20, 25 minutes of it. Felt like an hour and a half.
Yeah. When you left, I was like, well, surely we're halfway through this movie.
You said we're halfway through. I'm like, no way. We're like a quarter of the way through it.
I checked. We were like 25 minutes into it. It was horrible.
And that's when I knew I wasn't staying.
Then,
I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, you left. And then you're like, you made the little one come in. You made the you made the 13-year-old come in and watch it.
He liked it better than I did. He comes in to talk to me about it, and he's like, it wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad. I'm like, well, what do you give it? Well, it was, I forget what he compared it to now, but he's like, I give it maybe a B. I'm like, a B? I'm like, you said it was just average. I'm like, C is, he goes, what's average? I go, well, a C would be like an average movie. He goes, what do you give it? And I go, I give it an F. And he goes, oh, no, and he goes, I don't know, C plus maybe. He's like, it was kind of boring, and da-da-da. He got far more involved than I could handle.
It's like this movie was made for people for young, dumb people. I shouldn't be saying that right after you said that about our 13-year-old, but I think for like teenagers that they're aiming this for.
Yeah.
It's like short attention spans.
You nailed it.
Who really don't care about any character development at all. It's just like, let's look at things and things moving for 2 hours. Let's look at stimulus for 2 hours.
And that's what it was. It was stimulus, but there was no story.
No.
And the stimulus, I need some story. And there's got to be some logical flow to it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like the story, it's got to have some flow to it. There's zero flow.
No, this was the type of movie where if you saw it in the theaters, it would be a whole crowd of people just on their phones. I'm kind of going to watch, but there's an arrow. Okay.
That would have, if I had been at the theater, I sincerely would have left the movie after about the same. Probably 10 minutes into it, I would have gotten up and gone, and I would have snuck into a different theater and saw a different movie.
Now, the 13-year-old brought up a really good point. He brought up a great point. I think the best point any of us could have made. He goes, Mom, you know what I really would have liked to have seen in this movie? I'm like, what? He goes, I wanted this to be more like an Ocean's movie. Like an Ocean's 13 movie, where they kind of come up with a big plan, and then all these players are in it, and then they have to go execute this big heist. I was like, holy shit, this kid is onto something. That would have worked so much better in this movie.
He's a big fan of the Ocean's movies.
Is he?
Yeah.
And you know what? I agree with him. That would have worked really well. Like, have Friar Tuck go do something, have Marion do something, have Robin Hood,
all
John,
orchestrated. Have
them all orchestrate something. So it's Robin Hood, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
A common goal, a mission.
That's the one character that I enjoyed in this movie was Friar Tuck.
Oh, see, I only saw him in 3 scenes.
He wasn't in it that much, but I think what he did was good, and he was kind of enjoyable. And then they end this movie, believe it or not, as to where they set it up for a sequel, technically. I'm like, wow, that is really fucking ambitious for this film.
Well, they won't have any problem getting, is it Egerton? Edgerton?
That kid? I don't know. Yeah.
They'll get him easy.
There's no way they're making a sequel to this. No way. I think it cost like $100 million to make, and maybe it made like $80 million.
Oh, I don't know about that. $100 million to make that?
Could you imagine that?
No. I don't know who greenlit that. Well, I don't know who makes the call.
I don't know.
I'm not that sophisticated nor educated.
I don't know. Now, like I said, I'm never going to be one to say don't see a movie, because you guys may go out and watch this and be like, I liked it. God bless. Like, that's awesome. This comes out on the 19th. Do I recommend going out and picking it up on day one? Maybe not. Maybe not. I think maybe
not.
Maybe not.
Stand up.
Maybe not. I think this is more of a Black Friday pickup. So maybe if it's like $6 on Black Friday. The special features are all right. It's not just a bare bones disc. There's a 7-part documentary where it really breaks down. It's over an hour, and it really breaks down all the different elements of the film, like the casting and the action scenes and the training and the music and whatnot. And then it has
boobies.
Yeah, her tits are basically hanging out the whole film.
Awesome.
Then you've got outtakes, and I think there were 6 deleted.
Doesn't his face look like he's like, what did I get into?
6 deleted scenes. Yeah, show him. It kind of looks like Jamie Foxx's.
Here, you do it.
No. It's just.
What the hell have I gotten into?
What I get into? I'm getting paid though.
That check clear?
Did that check clear? That's the look. Hold on. That's the look Jamie Foxx has. Hold on. Oops, wrong way. Did the check clear? Okay, let's make this movie. Whatever. I'll put little dots on my face and talk to this white kid.
Play this role out.
So that's Robyn Hood.
I got nothing more to give. I feel drained again.
It's a bizarre
that's
movie.
Repetitive.
I don't see myself watching this one ever again.
Oh God! Oh jeez, what are you? You're such a conflict of.
I'm trying to be honest.
It's terrible.
It is terrible.
I may watch it again.
Nah.
That was the equivalent of what you said. I don't see myself maybe watching this again.
No, I don't think so. Like, you know how sometimes movies are on TV and you're like, oh, I'm going to watch this little bitty part. And then you end up watching the rest of the whole movie. I don't see that with this one. I don't. And you should have felt some emotion with some of these characters. I felt no emotion for any of these characters.
No.
With spoiler, the sheriff dies at the end.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't care. I just didn't care. Robyn Hood stole the money. I didn't care.
It was arrows.
It was just a whole string of I don't cares.
The coolest thing in the whole thing is his brass knuckle adapted arrow bow.
But that was Jamie Foxx's.
That was Jamie Foxx's.
Okay. But it's not even like that was it. It was just like a piece of. Would it have been more entertaining if it was just what's this called? The quiver? No, the quiver. What's the quiver? The arrow.
The quiver holds the arrows.
Oh, this is just the bow.
That's the bow.
Okay, what if it was just a picture of a bow? I think I would have rather watched that, or like a training video. That would have been more entertaining.
They should put a game in where you shoot a bow and arrow at a target, kind of like at Disneyland when you're on the toys. That's what they need with this, and I said I'd play that on the extras.
Why is it that I usually score higher than you guys on Toy Story Mania?
You do beat it. No.
Yes.
We beat you in Toy Story.
No.
You beat us in Buzz Lightyear.
Do I?
You slam us in Buzz Lightyear.
I don't know why that is. I think because my hand gets tight.
How was that?
Nothing. My hand gets tight. Well, that's the motion you do.
Well, on the Toy Story ride.
Yeah, on the Toy Story ride.
Oh, is it on both of them?
No, Toy Story is the gun. You have to aim the gun. But Toy Story has it looks so really gross when you're not using it.
It's just like a switch with on a string.
Yeah, it's like a string. You're all... But the other one's a gun.
No, we beat you at Toy Story. You beat us at Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Robin Hood, but I think...
No,
I think I would rather
if they
wait...
had that game in there as extras...
It'd still be boring. Oh, unless it had the one.
Whatever. Just so I can shoot targets.
I think I would rather wait in line for Buzz Lightyear than watch Robin Hood again.
Oh, yeah. I have more, be more entertained people watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done. I got nothing else to give you.
Now I want to go to Disneyland.
Well,
Do you know a ride we've never been on with the boys?
what?
The submarine. The Nemo submarine.
You and the boys were on it.
When? Well, it had to have been when they were little, or when Poe was little.
It was just right after it came out, like within a year after it came out.
Love Disneyland, but that ride's boring. That's a boring ride.
I didn't go on that one. It was pretty tight.
It is tight down there, and it's just kind of...
Yeah. No.
They like that new Guardians ride, though. The old Tower of Terror.
Yeah, they did. So you're gonna give this movie away to like one of your commenters?
I don't know. Should I? Should I give the movie away? You want me to? What should they do?
I don't know. How do you normally do it?
I don't know. I
Yes,
do a
you do.
drawing. I do it. I know. I do know. I do a drawing, but I don't want to do a drawing. Okay. All right. So we're
You
gonna
can edit that out. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to keep that for your collection.
No. I'm not gonna keep the movie. All right. So we're gonna give away the movie. We're gonna keep the code. I know that's bullshit, but my older one hasn't watched it yet, and so we're keeping the code. But we are giving away the Blu-ray and the DVD inside. Just comment down below that you'd
It's like new.
Yeah, it's been watched once. Just leave a comment down below that you want to be entered, and then in probably another week I'll do a drawing and then ship it out. U.S. only, because it's expensive as fuck to ship to Canada and overseas.
Yeah, especially overseas.
Sorry, that's just the way this shit falls. So U.S. only if you want to be entered into Robin Hood. It's only been watched once. What?
And you're only gonna watch it once.
And you may only watch it once. And then you spread the love. Pass it on to someone else.
We can make this like, what's that, Flat Stanley?
Yes, make it a Flat Stanley. It's Flat Robin.
Flat Robin goes around the world.
Flat Robin. Everyone takes pictures with it.
In Paris. So eventually we'll have to get it overseas. And it's in New York City, top of the Empire State Building. This movie was shit.
Who wants it next?
The third person to comment gets Flat Robin.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I contribute.
All right, that's all we've got for Robin Hood. Thanks, Lionsgate. Thank you for sending it over.
That's the last thing we get from Lionsgate. I think they know.
Listen.
I think they know.
Listen.
But you can't lie. You got to be true to yourself.
I am appreciative for what Lionsgate
Absolutely
sends over. True. I always will be, and I will always take it seriously. I watched the movie. I watched the special features.
You did.
But I am not going to bullshit and say that this movie was good. And if it's the last thing they send me, well, God bless Lionsgate.
Lionsgate's awesome.
Yes.
Hopefully they take this in the spirit in which it's intended.
All right. So thank you for joining me.
You fibbed to me like the movie. You said I just had to stay for the beginning.
It's a series of lies. It spread from the movie down to me.
Being married.
Is what? A series of lies? No,
Oh,
go now. No, go.
I can leave?
No, that's rude. Yes, leave now. That's just fat. That's
Just fat?
No, that's I was gonna say fucking rude.
Oh.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Freudian slip.
No, I was gonna say that was fucking rude.
There goes fat. Go on, fat.
What? Come on.
Fair enough. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze through this doorway here.
Do you need a push?
Wait, I'll get through. I'm turning sideways. I made it.
Jesus. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.